whether they're engineers or they're working as cafeteria workers, as janitors, received absolutely no notice at all when their colleagues did. Some were laid off right during the holidays and were told to leave by the end of the week. AB 1356 will strengthen California's Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act, or the WARN Act, by expanding protections for workers impacted by mass layoffs. The WARN Act went into effect in California many decades ago. It's an important protection for workers in the case of mass layoff events, helping them have an adequate amount of time and notice to be able to transition and protect their family and care for their family in that process. We've seen, unfortunately, many thousands of layoffs over the past few months in particular, and that's helped us identify some of the loopholes that unfortunately exist in our state's WARN Act. One of the big loopholes that exists that this bill would address is the fact that contract workers are not included in these layoff protections. Many contract workers doing the same job that other employees at a company are doing, they should have the same exact protections and notice requirements that other employees have under the WARN Act. 60 days is also frankly not enough for people to be able to transition effectively. We saw a number of employees who actually were here on immigration visas. That wasn't enough time for them to be able to find another job, particularly to be able to stay here and continue to contribute to our economy. So this bill would extend that notice requirement to 90 days. Lastly, there were a number of employees who were actually required to sign away their rights as a requirement to receive what they are owed under the WARN Act. We want to make it explicit that that should never be allowed. The 2 months' pay that they are legally entitled to should not be used to compel workers to waive their rights to litigation. This is a very important bill, especially right now as we're seeing these larger layoffs. It only applies to large companies and large layoff events, and it really just requires that there's that adequate level of notice and respect so that workers can transition. This is about protecting our workforce, which really is our greatest asset, and it will help the industries to be able to survive here if we protect workers.